Good evening, everyone. I'm McKenna Nobles, and thanks for joining me for Wiregrass Daily News at 6. We start in Dale County, where a two-vehicle crash on County Road 21, just south of Ozark, has claimed the life of one person. Now, the identity of the victim has not been released, and details surrounding the cause of death are still under investigation. The Alabama law enforcement agency is leading this investigation, and more updates will be provided as additional information becomes available. Now, I do want to give a little trigger warning for these next two stories before we get into them. This is a Dale County man will spend the rest of his life behind bars after being found guilty of torturing his girlfriend's children. Take a look at your screen. This is Howard Anderson, and he was convicted on charges of aggravated child abuse and chemical endangerment of a child. Investigators revealed that Anderson subjected his girlfriend's children, ages 4, 7, and 9, to prolonged abuse. Now, the children testified that Anderson burned, choked, punched, drugged, and attempted to drown the victims. The victims had referred to Anderson as dad and considered him a father figure. Anderson's girlfriend, Ashley Abelman, was also sentenced in the case. She received 5 years in prison, followed by 5 years of probation for her involvement. Judge William Finmore sentenced him the next day to 3 life sentences, along with an additional 60 years. Now, in Troy, a man who investigators claim sexually assaulted a 3-month-old girl will remain behind bars without the chance to be released on bond. Keyshawn Wilmore was arrested on January 10th and charged with rape in the first degree, sodomy in the first degree, incest, and child abuse. According to Pike County District Attorney James Tarbox, the 3-month-old girl was taken to Troy Regional Medical Center, where medical staff found she had traumatic injuries to her genital and rectal area, along with multiple broken ribs. She was transported to a Florida hospital where a pediatric surgeon performed a reconstruction procedure that lasted over 3 hours. She will suffer lifelong side effects and is still at risk of needing a colonoscopy bag. The Dothan Police Department's Vice and Narcotics Division conducted a large 10-scale operation this week, executing 10 search warrants over 3 days as part of an ongoing investigation. Now, the operation resulted in the seizure of drugs, firearms, vehicles, and cash, as well as the arrest of several individuals. However, more arrests are expected as the investigation continues. So here's a breakdown of the operation. On Wednesday, January 15th, officers served a search warrant at a residence in Dothan, finding 11 firearms and 22 grams of marijuana. The following day, Thursday, January 16th, 3 search warrants were executed at various locations, resulting in the seizure of 3 firearms, 14 grams of methamphetamine, 2 pounds of marijuana, and $13,000 in cash. And on the final day, 6 search warrants were served across the city, leading to the recovery of 20 grams of crack cocaine, over 4 pounds of marijuana, and 3 grams of powder cocaine, 12 hydrocodone pills, 3 morphine pills, 1 gram of methamphetamine, a shotgun, and $1,300 in cash. We're going to Dothan, where a red car drove off the road around 10 a.m. today, jumping a curb and crashing into the backside of an apartment unit at Azalea Apartments. Now, initial reports suggest the driver may have experienced a seizure before the crash. Now, the tenant of the apartment, who was at work during the incident, revealed that the car had crashed into her son's bedroom, pushing the furniture forward and saying, quote, "I am so glad he was not home." The driver did leave the scene, but was located at a nearby address where paramedics evaluated his condition. There's no further details available at this time. We have some news from the Panhandle today. A fugitive connected to a horrific crime in Massachusetts was captured yesterday by the Bay County Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force. The man on your screen is Deshane Jerome Simon, who was wanted for his role in a Springfield, Massachusetts case involving robbery, kidnapping, torture, and the victim being set on fire. Authorities in Massachusetts contacted the BCSO on January 15th requesting assistance in locating Simon. When officers approached, Simon attempted to escape by jumping from a 3rd-story balcony and fleeing into nearby woods. Law enforcement pursued and quickly apprehended him a short distance away. Now, Simon is also a Jamaican citizen who does not have a valid visa to remain in the U.S. Immigration officials have placed a hold on Simon, who is under a final deportation order, and he will be deported after his charges are resolved. Getting into some lighter news now, the city of Dothan will host a press conference in the Dothan City Commission's chambers to present checks to the 16 teams that participated in the 2024 Downtown Dothan Hoops Classic. Now, a total of, let me get that number. Now, it is a total of, there we go, $85,568 that will be distributed among the teams, with the amounts based on the number of games each team played during the tournament. Now, the participating teams include Dothan, the tournament champion, Houston Academy, the tournament runner-up, Abbeville, Ashford, Carroll's, Charles Henderson, Dale County, Eufaula, Geneva County, Georgiana, Headland, Northside Methodist, and Providence Christian, Rehoboth, and Wicksburg will all be receiving some of that money. Now, in state news, Governor Kay Ivey has announced today that applications are open for the 2025 Governor's Office Summer Internship Program. This 9-week program gives college students the chance to gain valuable experience in state government by working directly with professionals in the executive branch. Now, eligible applicants must be current college students with an interest in government and public service. Interns will work on special projects, engage with key issues affecting Alabama, and collaborate directly with the governor's staff. This internship runs from May 26th of this year to July 25th, and the deadline to apply is March 21st. Now, before we get into tonight's forecast, Dothan City Schools Administration is aware of the extreme weather coming, and they are closely monitoring forecasts from the National Weather Service and Dothan-Houston County EMA. And they will be providing updates they will be providing updates as that weather gets a little bit closer on the cancellation of schools. Now, the superintendent, Dennis Coe, is in communication with nearby school districts as the administration is prioritizing the safety of students and staff. And a decision regarding any schedule changes is expected by Sundays. And then families are encouraged to stay updated through DCS communication channels, including the school's website and social media. And something else I want to mention before we get into weather is that the First Baptist Family Life Center will be serving as a warming station. The station will be open starting Sunday, January 19th at 6 o'clock p.m. and will stay open until January 23rd at noon, which is that Thursday. Now, the center is located at 300 West Main Street behind the main church building. Meals and cots will be provided, and the center will lock its doors each night at 9 o'clock p.m. And there on that note is the press release from the Houston County EMA about the center opening on those days. Now, for tonight, the low today is only 48 degrees with a high of 64. It was a absolutely gorgeous day in Dothan, and it's crazy to think that we are going to be possibly getting snow in the week ahead after it was this nice today. I'm sorry, I'm going to pop that right back up. And then the evening, the rain chance is going to go up to about 82%, with it only being at 3% today. So that's kind of unfortunate, a Friday night being spent in the rain. Oh, I am so sorry, but what can you do? Well, guys, sorry for that little technical difficulty, but I think that's going to do it for us tonight. I hope that everyone had a fantastic week and you have an even better weekend. I'll see you on Monday.